Welcome back to the Pam and Peggy show. My first guest today is Candy Corbett, who is going to talk about Interact Theatre. Hi, Candy.
Hi, Peggy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. How are you doing?
Good. I'm really good.
Good.
I'm really excited about this year's performance that we're bringing to town, and so honored that you have given us the opportunity to talk about it.
Well, I think there's a lot people can learn. So maybe let's go to the first place. Tell us about what Interact Theatre is.
Okay. So Interact Theatre has been in the city since 1987, and our primary focus is to bring live interactive theatre to the city that addresses social issues and gives people a forum to talk about the challenges and the issues that people face in day-to-day challenges. So such as Maladjusted, we'll be talking about mental health, and that's one of the things that we've done. We've also put on performances for talking about math, talking about schizophrenia. We had a lady come, I believe it was 3 years ago, and she did a one-man show. It was called Dirty Laundry, and it was all about being bipolar and what that was like for her raising her children and the effects that it had on their family dynamics. So some pretty brave topics that we discuss.
So things that need to be talked about that are maybe a little difficult.
They are, and you know, a lot of stigmatism around mental health, and so it's time for us to stop breaking that down, and that's what we've been trying to do since '87, is break down those barriers, give people a forum to talk about those things that otherwise aren't, you know, out in the forefront.
So my understanding is with Maladjusted is they come in and they're going to do an act based on life experiences. Mm-hmm. And then does it open up to the public to join in?
Yes, so Theatre for Living really melds really nicely with Interact Theatre because we're very much about interactive theatre. We want the audience to interact with the players. So with Maladjusted, David Diamond will come. He's the director and the producer. He will come with his theatre troupe, and all of the actors are actually, they're not professionals. They're people who live with mental health issues. They either are patients themselves or they're caregivers. So they're going to come, they're going to talk about, they're going to act out their stories per se, talk about some of the issues that they have, and that will last about 30-45 minutes, and then at the end of the play, it'll end very dramatically, and there'll be a crisis on stage. Then it'll stop. So everybody will be left hanging. What happened there? And what David will do is he'll come out and he'll talk to the audience, and then he will say, now we're going to start the play again. And when we start the play this time, what we want from you, the audience, is that if you can identify with someone up on stage, or if you know how to fix this problem, this crisis that this person is in, please yell stop. And we'll have you come up on stage, take over that actor's spot, and you'll tell us how it's going to work and how we're going to fix it. One of the cool things about this project is that we'll have a scribe in the audience who will be writing down all of the suggestions and ideas from the audience that want to speak up and say how to solve the problem. And then at the end, within probably about 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to have a community action plan that we'll be able to present to politicians. It's really about helping make policy. How do we make policy better so that the needs of the person that is in crisis or has the mental health issue, how can we help them? And so we want the powers to be to hear it from the people that are living with it.
So Maladjusted is really good for anybody who's dealing with mental illness in their family, themselves, in the workplace, just generally really anybody who wants to get involved and help.
Yeah, absolutely, and have a voice, right? It's a really good opportunity for you to have a voice and come and say, you know, that wasn't right the way that person was being treated, and this is how I think the person should be treated, and this is how the system should be fixed. So David will be bringing the topics that the people, the patients, the players are doing are very real. So for example, there's a young man whose friend committed suicide, and when he went to the doctor, grieving, the doctor put him on medication, and that just created all kinds of problems for him. So I'm not going to tell you how to solve that problem. I have my own ideas, but,
Right, and that'll happen, right?
Absolutely, it'll happen. And then there's also another part where there's a caregiver that is very frustrated with the system. She's trying to do her best, but she keeps having hurdles and things that she has to weave her way through the system and still take care of the person that she's, been lined up with. And
Great.
it can be
Sounds really good.
pretty powerful stuff.
So
Very
maybe
excited.
give us some information about where, when,
Okay.
and how does a person become involved?
Okay, so they're coming through BC and Alberta. They're doing 26 locations. One of our locations, we're fortunate enough, is here in Medicine Hat, March the 7th. Doors open at 7 o'clock, performances at 7:30, and we're at the Southside Event Center, which is on Strachan Road. You can call for more information to our hotline, which is 403-529-3500, and somebody will be glad to get you hooked up there. Theatre for Living has a website. It's theatreforliving.com. They also are on Facebook if you're interested in that. And Maladjusted also is being tweeted out, so you can go hashtag Maladjusted. They have video clips on there, so you kind of get an idea of what the people are doing. Very excited. David was here last year. He came and did a 6-day power play, and he worked with the disability community. We called it It's Ability, and it was so powerful. People actually in the audience were interacting and talking about how things could be changed, and it was very interesting.
That's great. So I think it's really important to know that there's no cost.
There is no cost. Interact Theatre, any performance that we put on is always free to the community. It's one of our mandates. We want people to come, and we don't want any kind of barrier. So sometimes finances can be a barrier for people, and we just take that right away. So no discrimination there. The other thing that I'd like you to know is that our seating is limited this year. We can do between 80 and 100 seats. That's because the stage size and the room size. So if you want to come, you should probably come early.
So yeah, if you want to see Maladjusted, get a hold of Candy or go onto their website. So thank you very much, Candy, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Peggy. Hope you can come.
Great, thanks.
Good.
Stay tuned. Our next guest will be the girls from the roller derby.